This episode is brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one solution for building a cool-looking and professional website. So you told me what you want to see. Italian dream homes with a view, completely renovated, historical Apulian architecture, around 100,000 euros with a rooftop terrace. Okay. You want to eat Italian food to your heart's delight at a local restaurant? Fair enough. This is a perfect winter dish. You want to live in a town surrounded by beautiful historical architecture, and even though it's Baroque, you don't want to be broke. So it has to have less than 20,000 inhabitants. A place to make local friends where everybody knows your name.
Benvenuto, Marco.
Ciao! And where the patron saint is willing to take an arrow to the flank for you. Welcome to Galatone. So we're on a strip of the cliff overlooking the Ionian between Nardò and Gallipoli. And I realize I'm always passing over this area just because Gallipoli and Nardò are my favorite places in Salento. But wedged in the middle is a gorgeous town, historical, with access to the sea and all the beautiful sandy beaches of Gallipoli, called Galatone. That's what we're going to see today. That's what we're going to appreciate today. This place is beautiful. I've started today's food and home itinerary on the coast and taking the country road into town. For me, there are few things more satisfying than a ride in the trusty Fiat Panda through the sunny Apulian countryside. And the first stop lays bare my philosophy of house hunting. A dream home is only as good as the cuisine around it. So we've made it to the restaurant Gustavo in Galatone, home of the almighty Menu fisso, so I don't have to choose a thing. Everything is left up to the judgment of the chef, who I am trusting entirely. I feel like this is going to be a delicious experience.
Benvenuto, Marco.
Ciao!
Come stai?
Bene.
L'idea era proprio quella di ospitare in una casa, perché questa è una casa che esisteva indipendentemente da Gustavo e volevamo che fosse la casa di Gustavo. È importante che avesse l'anima, un'anima per accogliere tutti. No. Quindi qui abbiamo dei crostoni che sono fatti con del pane fatto in casa nostra alla curcuma, e quindi li abbiamo abbinati con del curatello e della stracciatella locale e gli ultimi pomodorini gialli del nostro orto, proprio quelli più autunnali possibili.
So good. There's even pieces of fennel, a very underrated vegetable, but very utilized here in southern Italy as well.
E questa è una tempura di verdure assolutamente stagionali, con una pastella molto leggera fatta semplicemente di acqua e farina.
This looks to be fennel. I don't know why, but frying anything makes it better. Next up, this is a fresh pecorino cheese, and it's served with some fig jam. So a typical dish in Italy is the vitello tonnato, which is a veal with a tuna sauce. This is made, however, with local pork that they have here and for which this restaurant is known. A perfect dish to really get the palate going. So good.
Qui è il momento della tradizione, perché in questo periodo, in tutto il Salento, facciamo una frittella che si chiama pettola, che a Galatone ha questa forma un po' diversa da quella del resto del Salento perché è quasi un panino, che poi uno guarnisce come vuole. In questo caso abbiamo messo del brie e della pancetta.
Wow. Look at that.
Chiudiamo la degustazione sempre con un po' di tradizione, perché a Natale si mangia il baccalà.
This might be controversial, but this is my favorite so far. The combination of chickpeas with codfish. I love seafood and I love legumes in general. This is a perfect winter dish.
Siamo quindi alla fine dell'autunno, ma preparerò un buon risotto quindi con la zucca. Ogni tanto mi piace contaminare prendendo degli spunti dalle altre cucine regionali.
So this is the risotto. Risotto is very typical of northern Italy, so it's unique that the rice that they've gotten from here is grown in the south. This is the only rice grown in southern Italy. It's between the areas of Calabria and Puglia in Basilicata. So this is a good risotto. When you're eating a risotto, you have to pay attention to certain aspects of the plate. First, the rice. It has to be al dente. And then you have the creaminess of the sauce that was built around it, which gives the risotto its very typical texture. And so unique is this reduction of negramaro. This is a very special plate.
Poi abbiamo il nostro piatto forte, che è un tagliere di lonzetta di maialino, che voglio dire, è il punto proprio ricercato dai nostri clienti. Tutti tornano solo per questo piatto. Quindi questa è una lonzetta, i maialini locali, e poi voglio dire con delle verdure calde e con una crema di patate infornata.
You know how sometimes you can get very chewy pork? This is the exact opposite. This is the type of meat which melts in your mouth as you eat it. This is delicious, perfectly salted, perfectly grilled, spectacular. 5-star, guys. If you come to Galatone, you have to check out Gustavo. So we just finished lunch. This was excellent. I wanted to thank the chef Gigi. Gigi, grazie mille.
Grazie a te.
Sono pieno, è stato tutto veramente buono.
Allora
Grazie.
aspettiamo tutti.
Ci vediamo alla prossima.
Ci vediamo alla prossima.
Ciao, ciao. Okay, lunch was excellent. Now we're on our way to see Galatone. Andiamo. Quality, practicality, and a good deal. These are key aspects when considering buying a dream home. These are also the 3 reasons why I recommend Squarespace to sponsor today's video as a website building platform. First off, quality. For your business or product, you want to make a beautiful website that stands out. Well, with Squarespace, you have tons of expertly designed and proven website templates to choose from, all customizable according to your brand's needs. And with its built-in SEO tools, your site's visibility will be optimized. Second point, practicality. With Squarespace's new design intelligence, you don't have to hire out. This feature combines Squarespace's design experience with AI to build a website in the most intuitive yet personalized way possible. Thirdly, a good deal. You can get a free trial of Squarespace by going to squarespace.com/justdreamitaly, and then 10% off the purchase of your first website or domain by using my code JustDreamItaly. So try it out and let me know what you build. So now it's time to tour Galatone at siesta time. And yes, that's why you won't see too many people around. And with the food coma I have, I should be taking a nap too, but what can you do? That's la forza del destino. We'll enter into the historical center via the monumental gate of St. Sebastian, an official of the Roman army who survived punishment of death by arrows under Diocletian. A nice guy to have on your side. Galatone has 15,000 inhabitants and is full of picturesque monuments. A stroll down its main roads brings you first to the Collegiate Church of the Assumption, a 16th century construction in Carparo stone, whose facade in 3 levels combines Romantic and Baroque elements. Of particular beauty is its bell tower, which took over 150 years to be built from start to finish. Around the corner is Piazza Costadura, the pulsing heart of the city of Galatone, overlooked by the clock tower of Town Hall and the beautiful Baroque facade of the Church of St. Sebastian. In January, the square fills with festivities dedicated to this heroic patron saint of the city. Continuing our stroll brings us to the monumental Palazzo Marchesale Belmonte Pignatelli. Built in the 16th century, it was always the main residence of various noble families who were the feudal lords of Galatone, and currently is home to local museums dedicated to the inventions of Leonardo da Vinci and to historic olive oil production. But on the other side of the square is, in my opinion, the architectural highlight of Galatone, the 17th century Sanctuary of the Holy Crucifix. Its Stendhal syndrome-provoking Baroque facade is ornate with floral elements, columns, and sculptures, and stepping inside is like entering into another dimension, which was probably the intended effect of the countless artists who contributed to its patrimony. Of note is the affrescoed cupola representing the finding of the cross by Empress St. Helen, the central coffered ceiling, the ornate organ and choir loft, and of course the Byzantine icon of the sanctuary's namesake. So something unique about Salento with respect to the rest of Italy is that it's of mixed origin, half Greece, half Italy, and Galatone really attests to that history itself because the name Galatone supposedly derives from the Greek galas, meaning milk. Greek speakers, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't speak Greek. Either that or from the name Galatos, who were the lords of this area. But in either case, of Greek origin. Apparently, up to about 100 years ago, it was the biggest Greek-speaking town in this part of Italy. I think now it's mostly Italian, at least from what I've been hearing. Okay, so we've made it to the first house of the day. It's right in front of this beautiful, beautiful church that I have behind me. So the idea of today is we're in Galatone, a beautiful town, but with homes which have a very accessible price for what they're worth. So I'm really excited to show you this one. This is a turnkey, beautifully renovated ground floor property. I think you're gonna like it. Andiamo. So you can see the facade of this property attesting to how historical it is. That balcony shows that it's most likely from the 18th century, and we'll see from the inside the historical elements attest to that fact as well. Two-bedroom, 110 square meter ground floor apartment, asking price 178,000 euros with room for negotiation as always. Higher than that 100,000 mark, but that will be for home number 2. Beautiful entryway, as you can see. This is considered the first room of the 5 of this property, so the atrium entryway. First thing we notice is the beautiful barrel vaulted ceiling with the revealed local sandstone. And from here you can see all the way through to the other side of the apartment. This is the wall to the left of where you enter, revealed stone with the arch above that mirror there. And I'll show you the other side as well, just so you can have a good idea of the space. You can already see on the walls, there's heating. There's also air conditioning the whole apartment, so everything has been modernized. The heating is gas heating connected to the town's gas network. And now we'll come into the main kitchen dining area. You can already notice how high the ceilings are, about 5.5 meters tall. There's a beautiful little rose sculpture at the top of the stone arch, attesting to the fact that most likely it was a religious structure at some point. Kitchen, fully modern. As you can see, a gas stove. I had my coffee offered to me before the tour, which we forgot to turn off, but you can see the stove is perfectly working, and the coffee smells great. The windows up top let in plenty of light, so you have 2 layers there of windows, one behind that stovetop and another one up top, letting in plenty of natural light. But also the light fixtures in the property are very well done, letting light go down to the living space, but also up, accentuating the geometrical figures of the arches in this very typical Apulian construction of the star vault. Here to the left, we have the laundry room. It's a very practical space. I love how they made a sliding glass door. So it doesn't take up space when you open a door and it comes all the way out. So a very practical space there. So all the elements that you'd expect in a very conservative, restoration-based renovation are present in this apartment. So it's comfortable, it's modern, but you really have a piece of history in the heart of Galatone, which you've seen as a beautiful historical town. There's the revealed stone slab there above the door. And now we enter into this second living space / first bedroom. So as you can see already, since the ceilings are so high, a mezzanine floor has been made in both this room and in the room behind. This room also happens to have a door to that side street on the side of the building. But this is what would be the living room downstairs. Then you can see these mezzanine levels were just made with revealed wood. And so what you have is bedroom 1, bedroom 2, and before we go up to the stairs, this is more closet space. So another beautiful thing about this apartment, it's a ground floor apartment, but you have plenty of storage spaces to this side of the building. We'll now go up, and I'll show you what these mezzanines consist of. So obviously from up here you have a better look at the stone, this revealed stone of the star vaulted ceiling. This also has a window up top, letting in lots of natural light to this level as well. Looking down, you can see the details of the stone framing of what would have been the original door, which would have been a high door. Of course, unnecessarily high, and so you've made a little cubby hole there where you can put in decorative elements. Now we'll go in here through the back, and this brings us into the second living space. So obviously, this can have one big bedroom down here. If you wanted to take down a mezzanine, that's also possible. You can have a full bedroom in here, and the previous room could be a living room. But of course, the mezzanine level leaves you with more options. Before we go up, I did want to show you that you do have a very big walk-in closet here. So plenty of storage space in this surprising labyrinth-like closet in the back. So this is a pleasant surprise. When you enter into these Apulian homes, they almost look like they're dug out into a cave. But very nice to have. And we'll turn back here. This is the second bedroom, let's say. So this is the second mezzanine level. As with the first one, it's been made with the same type of wood. And the star vault on this one isn't fully revealed, though the back wall is. And you have the that really typical rose-like stone ornament in the middle of it. Also here you have the high window, and then you have that low door on the floor below. And I still have to show you the bathroom, which is another high point of this apartment. This apartment has so many beautiful elements. But this is the bathroom. Obviously, you can see the renovation that took place was really, really, really well done, really tastefully done. You can see how tall the original ceilings were, 5.5 meters tall. This is a luxurious bathroom. This is a very luxurious bathroom. You have the windows up top, which are opened by motors, of course. You don't need a ladder to go up and open your windows, but a very luxurious bathroom. And then here to the back, we have the back door. Now this gives out onto a common courtyard, which is currently being renovated, and this is shared with the neighbors, but a very nice space. So that was house number 1. Let's go around the corner now to see house number 2. So we're at house number 2. We're in the heart of the historical center of Galatone in this beautiful little square. Now this is a unique solution because it's 2 homes in one at a very, very accessible price. The asking price is $95,000, and what you have are 2 independent apartments, one on the ground floor, one on the top floor, and a beautiful rooftop terrace. So we're going to start at the ground floor and make our way up. So this is the Palazzo. It's a 2-apartment, 2-in-1, basically. You have a 1-bedroom ground floor and a 1-bedroom upper floor, first floor, and they're independent from each other. So it is one property, but each one of the solutions has an independent entryway. That's a main road right into the main square. Beautiful new cobblestone has been laid down there on that street. And the entryway can be made via this side street. So a beautiful little side entryway there. Lots of plants there, decorative plants from the neighbors. And you can already see these are the windows up at this side facade of the property. So this is the entryway that we'll use here. This brings us the right to the bottom floor, and the stairs obviously will lead us upwards. So the first thing that we notice is the star vaulted ceiling, of course, with the decorative elements. This means that it was most likely, that's actually a double star vaulted ceiling, but the decorative elements mean that it's dating back most likely to the 1700s. There's a fully functioning fireplace there to the left. So this is the dining room that we've walked through. This here in the back would be the bedroom. So the main bedroom. So this is a perfect one bedroom solution, ground floor. This is probably the most frequently requested type of property that I get from emails and comments. Smaller solution with separate apartments. There you can see the beautiful Piazzetta Sant'Angelo. And then we're going to make our way back here. So this is the dining room. And we have a doorway here to the right, which will lead us into the other spaces of this ground floor. So there's a cubby space there behind that curtain. And this is the kind of kitchenette area at the moment. Obviously, this apartment isn't fully renovated. Some work has to be done to it, obviously, if you wanted to, but it can be. It's perfectly utilizable, perfectly livable as it is. This is obviously the bathroom here. You have a shower, bidet, toilet, sink. So, yeah, it's perfectly livable. You can consider it a key-in-hand property. 95,000 euros for this and the upstairs space that we're going to go see now. But really, yeah, a perfect solution, very affordable. They don't get much more affordable in this area of Italy. Obviously, there's cheaper areas of Italy, but Puglia, Salento, this close to the beach, this is a great deal, 95K for 2 independent apartments. So this is the upstairs apartment. This is the more modernized one. You can see by the stone flooring, which is very nice. Doesn't have the star vaults as downstairs did, but this is currently being lived in, so it is perfectly livable. Air conditioning is already installed, as well as heating. So this is the main living area. This is, of course, the main bedroom, as in the layout of the apartment below. So it is a very decent sized bedroom, and it also has the benefit of having a balcony. Again, one of the most requested characteristics of a home. This is a historic palazzo with a balcony of the view of that little piazzetta below. Recently renovated. That you can see the that cobblestone. That's all brand new. So that's something very nice about Galatone, is that the historical center is being renovated, which is pretty much the same story of most of these towns in Salento. As you can see, the very nice details there of the facade. And down this street, that brings us to that little clock tower, the Church of St. Sebastian. Further down is the Collegiate Church, and around the corner is the rest of the beauty of the historical center with the castle and everything else. Galatone is very well contained. It has a very compact historical center with access to many amenities. So this was the living room. In the back here brings us into the kitchen. It's a very decent sized kitchen. A different layout to what we had below, actually. But of course, this is a kitchen which is being used on a daily basis. So it's already been renovated very well. Here's a look down. This is that side street, that side alley that we entered into. And here around the table you see there on the bottom right, that's storage space. So that's very common to see in historical homes, that little curtain solution with a built-in cubby space. So yeah, perfectly fit kitchen, a gas stove, and this is where you have the bathroom. So a shower, heating, toilet, bidet, sink. This was renovated 8 years ago. And so you can see there's very little to do. That at least this first floor needs very little touch-ups. Obviously, you can personalize it as you wish, but yeah, you can live in this now. Rent out the bottom floor. You can connect them. You can keep them separate, and that kind of leaves you options of what you would do with a property like this. Anyways, the next characteristic, which I'm always being asked for as well in Apulia, is rooftop terrace, and this has it. And it's sunset, and we have beautiful lighting here on the terrace. So just a very nice space. This as well can be used in various ways. There's rooftop verandas that you can set up. I know I say this on all my videos, but plenty of options that you can do. That was a laundry space. And moving forward here, you can see plenty of space here to work with. that there is the church of the main square, so that's Saint Sebastian, if I'm not mistaken. So this is it, rooftop terrace with beautiful views. So guys, I hope you liked this episode. If you're interested in either of these two beautiful homes in Galatone, write to me, marco@justdreamitaly.com. Write in the comments below, what did you think of Galatone? What would you like to see in the next episode? What's your budget? What type of home is your dream home? I'd like to thank my Patreon members. Love you guys. Thank you for your support. If you're interested in supporting my channel, check out my Patreon. And grazie. See you next time. Ciao.